Okay, so remember the video that I made about my thoughts on Yummer? Well, this video is going to be different. Today, we explain more about this mysterious creature. So as we take a deeper look into his fudged up face. So when you look at it, it looks like a human face. SpongeBob's no need for introduction, of course, since it looks entirely, but we got more info recently. And I have a personal theory of who he might be. And thanks to some interesting comments on my last video, we need to still figure out who this creature is and what's he doing in this SpongeBob game. But let's go over where he first came from. SpongeBob Saves the Day is a Nickelodeon game that was released back in 2019. Welcome to the cutting room floor. SpongeBob Saves the Day is a fun game, of course, involving you playing as SpongeBob. Well, hence the title. But there is some disturbing stuff when you look inside. And this is what we're looking at. This infamous Yummer. But notice how his hands are even animated. Well, dear viewers, it looks to me this here is TTTMP Yummer. We just call him that. But for Yummer for short because, well, yeah. And another disturbing image from the game. There's a destroyed version of Sandy's suit. It's either that she did survive, though. I mean, it's pretty obvious. But notice the thing. Even look at this. For some odd reason, there's even this thing. Where's her helmet? Where's her helmet? But anyhow, this is Yummer we're talking about. And according to this, there is a hyper-realistic mouth, popping eyes, and ears. So yeah. So here are the theories that some people wrote. I mostly just look at them on YouTube. One theory suggests that he's obviously from a horror game, which is really odd. Take a look at him. When you get a better look at him, you can see some animated movements. But why does he have hyper-realistic stuff? Heck, there's even blood on him, I think. Oh yeah, But really though, SpongeBob is no need for introduction since it has disturbing images. Let's continue. So first of all, the artist SpongeBob reported on the spreadsheet since we named Yummer the Ghoul. Heck, you can even see some other stuff. There's Bubbles, a hole, and Mrs. Puff. And notice how she's missing a hand. Interesting. When you look at my comments on the last video, two interesting comments that I found. Vincent Water mentioned this. He said the following. I think it's a theory, but this code is made canned socks, so I meant to be for the poll over here. And another comment says, I think he is still in the game, that he's a super hard Easter egg. So yeah, however, another user decided to mention to me that Discord story about Yummer, so there's no way you can summon him in the game. Which, that kind of stinks. Time will tell and see who this creature is. Thanks to ElfWizard99 and Vincent Water. I actually thought it was Vincent Waller, but I read that wrong. My apologies. And I don't really understand what this is. But thanks for appearing in the channel too. Hang on. But anyhow, what I was saying next was, so let's go over these vids that when I first found them.
Hidden within the game files for SpongeBob Saves the Day is this absolute nightmare. Let's dive deeper into the mystery.
For those who don't know who this channel is, VanSkiBum94 actually explained this more. And so, let's look at, if you don't know, I did post some comments, and I actually decided to post the video link so you can watch these episodes. Fans get 11 and go into more details for who this person is. Time will tell to see who Yummer is, really, though. So, yeah. So here's my personal theory. Yummer is actually supposed to be a horrifying character that maybe the developers might have. So here are my 3 theories. My first theory doesn't really make sense, really, but here it goes. My first theory is that developers might have accidentally was playing around with some hyper-realistic things. So that's my theory. That's the first theory. And here's a theory that might be a little weird. Theory 2 is like this. This other theory was like this. Sorry, I forgot it now. Hold on a minute. So I found this video that actually gives, when you brighten it up, you'll see a more distorted picture. But notice the sides even. If you notice the sides, there's blood. Or his ear, or a cut off ear, I don't even know. So what is this dark secret that he's hiding? According to some theories, he could be from a horror game, which I actually should believe, but was Nickelodeon hiding a horror game? There was another time when people thought Krabby Lane was obviously a creepypasta, which it was. And people thought it didn't even heck. Even Nickelodeon was denying its existence until 2012 when the film re-aired, which was really, really scary, actually. I saw it myself and I actually got really scared, actually. I couldn't sleep for a night, actually, after seeing it. Because it was just disturbing. But this has got to be the most disturbing thing than Krabby Blaine. When you take a look at him more, you get to see something really interesting. Notice his sides. Hang on, I'll probably get a better look at this. Hang on. Okay, so let's figure out the origin of this infamous thing, though. When you go on Twitter, there's the artist SpongeBob, which is obviously... Oh, no. Well, it looks to me that the tweet was deleted. So I figured out what happened, really. It turns out the thing was deleted, unfortunately. But luckily, we still have the image. Let's figure out who this Yummer dude is. Sorry, that's my dad, y'all. So anyhow, this is the better look I could find, really. When you notice him, notice he has a hyper-realistic eyes popping out. And he has a human face and a human mouth. And if you look on the sides, is that blood? No, wait, that's actually ears. Never mind, it was ears, y'all. If you can notice, there's actually ears even on his head. However, it kind of looked like blood for a second. My apologies. I'll try and get a look. But notice the animated parts. According to a source that I found, it could be used for the poll. I'll show you some gameplay of what I meant. This here is where we should look for Yummer. And this is the pole where he was supposed to be, right near these soda cans that have socks. Which is obviously referencing an episode of SpongeBob. I forgot what episode. Oh yeah, right, it was that episode. But this pole over here is where Yummer should have been. And notice how Mr. Krabs is unsettling, scared. So maybe Yummer was just supposed to scare you a little? But yeah, that's all we know currently. So everyone wants answers. We can't sleep. We need answers for who this is. We need answers for who this person is. All we know, he does look really hyper-realistic, so sponsors there's no need for an introduction because, oh my god, that scared me, actually. This comes from the artist SpongeBob, of course, who unfortunately deleted pretty much his tweet. So yeah, now of course, when you look at it really close, it's really fudged up. And in the sprite seed, did you notice something on Mrs. Puff's? Her arm was missing, of course. Luckily, the Discord has recently been interested to find who this is. I'm gonna link you to the description where you can find where you guys can explain who really this is. And maybe, who knows, time will tell who Yummer is. So currently, if you guys haven't catched on, Vansky94 has explained this, of course. In fact, I'm going to link you to a video where you can watch the thing again. But or not. Not like I care or anything. Look, all we just want to know is find out who Yummer is. That's all I just want to know. I don't need sleep. I don't need anything to drink. I don't want anything to eat. I want some answers, everyone. Until then, Yummer will remain a mystery still. But oh, this guy's just creepy. It just creeps me out the most. He just creeps me out the most. Heck, I even thought that when I figured out what the ears were, I actually thought they were actually blood, actually. But it turns out they were just little ears. But this has got to be the most disturbing, hyper-realistic moment. SpongeBob has already had one lost episode about Squidward's suicide. And it had hyper-realistic moments, but we're not going to explain, but we don't ever explain this. Until we figure out who Yummer is, he will remain a mysterious character from the SpongeBob universe. Unless we found him. I'm going to link you to the video Vansky Bum 94, and of course the Discord server. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I should probably age restrict this video now.